years. That is a little bit hard to comprehend, how fast time has gone by, and to watch the kids grow up from our nursery age to now teenagers, and those who were in the junior age, now they're up young adults and faithful and trusting in God on their own faith and not on the faith of their parents. And it's just a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous blessing to a pastor. This is what being a pastor is about, watching generational growth and watching how God has just blessed multiple times over the years. And this is what brings joy to our hearts. Amen. And somebody asked, why would you do it? Well, this is the reason we do it. To see so many people blessed for so long and overcoming so many difficulties over the years. And then seeing the church grow and seeing the church expand its faith, seeing the missionaries on the mission wall. And today we have one of them we have three of them with us today. Brother Zach, Brother Tony and his family and their families, and Brother Scott Griffin and Miss Darla, who we truly love and just love their ministry and what they're all about. Sacrificial is what you can say about a missionary. They are sacrificial, and not just givings, but in their lives. And God will truly bless them, and I believe He blesses the church for being mission-minded. And so that's kind of what we're about and have been from day one of Gospel Light Baptist Church. Well, October the 5th, 2008 is when we opened the doors for the very first time here in Roanoke. Not knowing one soul, not knowing if anyone would come. We had knocked over 4,000 doors. We had sent out the flyers. We had done everything that the church planting books say to do, but that does not guarantee anyone's going to come in. Well, folks came in, and many of them are still with us today, and so we're just looking for just a very wonderful day, a day that I'm going to kind of step to the side and relax a little bit today. We've got Brother Tony's going to preach in the AM service. Brother Scott Griffin's going to preach in the afternoon service. And so my part is mainly here in the Sunday school, and we're not going to have a Sunday school teaching time. Normally on the anniversary Sunday, we do not. We have our opening song. We have our greeting, in which we're in the midst of now. We're going to have an opening prayer, and then Living Proof is going to come, and they're going to sing 2 or 3 songs. And then once that is complete, then we're going to gather for a time of prayer, thanking God for what He has done in the previous 15 years, and ask His blessings on year 16. And at that time, I'll probably call 2 or 3 men to stand up and pray. And then once that prayer is complete, then our Sunday school hour would be done for this morning. We plan it this way so we can be up if we need some last minute things to take care of, or if we have other folks going to come in for the 11 a.m. service, that we're up and they can flow right in. They don't have to stand out in the foyer or anything like that. So we do this on purpose. But again, it is so good to have you. Living Proof, again, 15 years in a row now. And we were talking about that last night. Some of you may have seen our charter here on the table. We have 3 young ladies in our church who never had the opportunity to sign the charter, even though they were here on week number 1. And then they were definitely here the first year on our first anniversary that we signed the charter. Well, they didn't sign it because they didn't know how to hold a pencil yet. And so now they're all teenagers, and so we're going to use this opportunity on the 15th year to allow them to sign the charter. Amen. And so Kyle was looking at it last night, and he was looking at some of the signatures, and he said, well, this person here may want to do a redo. They may want to bring some white out and redo it, because some of, they were 3, 4 years old, 5 years old when they signed it. But there's no do-overs. It is what it is. And that's part of the history with it. And now this morning, 3 of our young ladies are going to add their names to this charter list. And so we're looking forward to that. And that will take place in the AM service. Well, with that being said, that's enough. Thank you for being here. All friends, guests, church family, thank you for being here for the 10 o'clock hour. And I know that God's going to bless this day tremendously. I would ask you to do this. Pray for Miss Rose. I talked to her yesterday, and she sounded like a pretty sick lady. She had been to the pharmacy, sore throat, headache. She has a doctor's appointment tomorrow So please pray for her. Also, a couple of Wednesday nights ago, Todd Steele, our missionary, not church planting, but church helper ministry who travels across the country, he gave a report that he was dealing with fainting spells at times, not knowing what was going on. And he had been to all the specialists and all that, and they could not get him, they couldn't get him any answers. They have insurance and all that, but some of his treatments or some of the tests were not covered by insurance. So he has a $12,000 need. Now, I'm not asking anyone to pull out their billfold or their checkbook today to cover the $12,000. What I am asking you to do is pray that this need is met for this faithful missionary family. So for the Todd Steele family. And I do want our church to have a part of it. I do want us to be a help. So if you would like to be a help to Todd Steele, we'll start gathering some funds. You can Zelle it. You can put it in the offering plate, ever how you so choose. But if you do, just mark your envelope as such so that in our record keeping we would have this. And then at some point we will send this monies to him, again, just to be a blessing and a help in this time of need that they have. And then one last one. Many of you remember Brother Walter Johnson. He was with us faithfully right up until the COVID years. And after that, he was not able to be back with us. I got a call from his daughter yesterday. He had stumbled, he fell, broke his arm, and fractured his arm, broke his elbow. And so for that healing process to begin, they had to go back and re-break and reset everything. And now he is in a rehab facility in, I believe, Decatur. I believe is what she told me Denton, one of those places a little up north. And so pray for him if you would and for his family, all right? Well, let's go to the Lord in prayer again. Thank you. And a nice surprise this morning, drove up and we saw the white pickup. We was thinking, whose truck is that? And it had to for sale. If you're looking for a nice looking truck, there's one for sale in the church parking lot, and there's the man right there who owns it. And I'm sure he'd be more than happy to talk to you today after services, after you pray about it. But Brother Zach, it was not surprised to have you and your family with us today. If you would open up the services, please.
That's right. Dear Lord God, just thank you so much for who you are and what you've already done for us. Lord, I'm so thankful for this church. Just the saints that have in the Word of God. I'm so thankful for the Ellises and just the time they put into this church and just everything. Lord, they're a blessing to me and I know to so many others. Lord, as we start our services for 15 wonderful years, Lord, I pray that you just bless the music. Lord, use Brother Tony in a mighty way. Give me
Yes.
what to say, Brother Scott this evening. God, I pray above all else that your name, that your Son is exalted, and that we leave this place just on fire for you.
Amen.
Your Son, Lord. We love you and praise you.
Well, amen. One last thing before I introduce Living Proof. Brother Tony Rowe and his family have new prayer cards. So if you would like a new prayer card, just get with him and he will hand you one, okay? At this time, introduce Living Proof. Brother Jonathan, Miss Melissa, Ben. I knew if I tried to do this. It's been 15 years. I know, and you were there when you started. Help me out. Rebecca, I knew that. Joshua. Now we need to pray for Miss Kathleen. She's at home sick, so no keyboard for them today. I hope the group doesn't fall apart. No pressure, because she was the glue, right? No, and then all the kids are with us today. So thank y'all for being here for 15 years in a row now, and we're already on your calendar for 16. If the Lord tarries his coming, we will see you this time next year. But y'all come ahead for I think I have you on schedule for 3 songs. And again, it's home. Welcome back.
Thank you, Brother Doug. Miss Stacy, good to see y'all again as always. And good to see everyone here. And I was was only 15 years old when we started, and now I'm a 30-year-old man. All right. Well, 15 years. That's a blessing. That's pretty amazing. All right. We're going to, hopefully we don't fall apart here, like you said, and do some songs here without Kathleen. So this will be the first time we've ever sang without Kathleen. So we don't really know what's going to happen here, right? All right. This song is called Darkness Wept. It talks about kind of how the disciples and all must have felt when the Lord was being crucified, and they were shocked, and they didn't really understand all what Jesus was trying to tell them. They knew, the prophecy was that he was going to die, but they didn't think it was going to be like that at the Romans' hand at that time, and so anyway, this song talks about that. It's called Darkness Wept. Hold on. I don't think your mic is plugged in right. It's not on. Uh-oh. Well, we got first start. Bad start here.
Sense of helplessness, the crowd was hushed and still. Like a blanket, darkness fell atop that wretched hill. Fear stirred among them like a thief, and every sound was kept as the lightning rode upon the sky. Darkness wept. They pierced aside, the crimson tide came pouring like a flood. The earth was grieved as it received the sacrificial blood. Sounds of weeping filled the air as darkness o'er them swept. Forgive them were his only words. Darkness wept. Would any rise to his defense when one man stand alone? They hid their fears like sepulchres full of dead men's bones. Their only hope was crucified, their sorrow knew no depth as they beheld his broken form. And darkness wept. Dying there for someone such as I. He could not feel his father's touch. At thirst they heard him cry. God turned away as his dear son embraced a hero's death. All of heaven bowed with grief as darkness wept. When I remember Calvary and count the awful cost, I see him drink the bitter cup while hanging on a cross. His blood blood redeemed us from the grave, and by his blood we're kept. I shall forever bless the day when darkness went. When he rise to his defense, would one man stand alone? They hid their fears like sepulchres full of dead men's bones. Their only hope was crucified, their sorrow knew no end, as they beheld his broken form. Darkness wept.
All right, blood bought my freedom. Ready?
Land of the free, sweet home of liberty. It came at such a great cost. Our soldiers brave and true gave their lives for me and you. Thank God for the red, white, and blue. Blood bought my freedom. Someone had to die. Someone freely took my place. Blood was the price for
certain parts have to be sung in this mic here. Special mic.
Y'all just witnessed the first time I think Rebecca and I've ever sang together. Yeah. Like that was the first time that we practiced with her here. I was like, you've got to move. You've got to go be Kathleen. I'm too easily swayed. I was trying to sing her part with her on the side. Not professional.
We have an app here. It's a voice changer app that changes, gives us Kathleen's vocal.
It would have been better than that.
All right. All right. This song is called "Three Men on the Mountain." I'm sure everyone's heard this song. It's an old standard. I think Ralph Stanley did this song, maybe, but could have been Elvis. I'm not sure. But, he did a lot of songs. All right.
Three men on the mountain, up on Calvary, and the man in the middle was Jesus. He died for you and me. Three men on the mountain, up on Calvary, and the man in the middle was Jesus. He died for you and me. Well, the man on the left was a sinner man. Nailed to the cross he bled. He could have been forgiven, but he mocked the Lord instead. You say you are the Son of God. Well, they nailed you to that tree. Come down and save us, if God your Father be. Three men on the mountain, up on Calvary, and the man in the middle was Jesus. He died for you and me. Well, the man on the right was a sinner too, but he was sorry for his sins. He sought the Lord's forgiveness, and Jesus said to him, verily I say to you, before this day is o'er, you'll be with me in paradise to live forevermore. Three men on the mountain, up on Calvary, and the man in the middle was Jesus. He died for you and me. Three men on the mountain, up on Calvary, and the man in the middle was Jesus. He died for you and me.
All right. Thank you, Brother Doug.
Well, before I ask three men to pray, I want to read this to you. We received a text from Brother Jonathan Stewart this morning. Please express to your people, my wife and I's congratulations on your 15th anniversary Sunday. You are in our thoughts and prayers. We would have joyfully joined in with you today if we had already not had a long-standing previous booked engagement. You are very dear to us. Thank you for your love and your support to us and Norris Bible Baptist Seminary. Keep pressing on. And then he put this verse there. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Carry on, do minister. 15 years is not the ending point, it's the carrying on point. And so we appreciate the stewards and their thoughtfulness of sending that text just a little bit before I woke up this morning. That text went off right before my alarm did, and I was thinking, oh no, who's texting this early? Well, who knew people got up before the crack of dawn? And so, you know, I'm one of those, let's get up in time for lunch. And so, no, not really, but anyway, that was very nice of them to think about us today and have their prayers with us today. Let me do a couple bits of administration, and then we're going to pray. If you would like to have a part in the love offering for the Roas, the Griffins, Living Proof, you can Zelle, you can write the information on a church envelope. Don't use Venmo. We've cut off Venmo. Zelle, offering envelope, pink slips, IOUs, your firstborn. We'll take all those. And no, seriously though, if you like to have a part of the love offering from that the church is going to give them, whether anything comes in or not, if you just want to have a part of it, please do so and mark your offering envelope accordingly, if you would. And then there was one more thing, and I've already forgot it. So, Miss Rebecca, your name is not the only thing I forget, and you will see that throughout the day. So we'll circle back to the other one because there was one more. Oh, I know what it was. The CDs for Living Proof. I know they can do a lot better job at this than me, but if you want good music in your car, pick you up a CD. And they even, I saw the jump drives out there that they have their music on now, and all this technology stuff. And so if you like some good music, see Rebecca, and she'll take care of you, all right? All right, well, thank you. So let's have I'm going to ask three men to pray this morning. Brother Hansberry, I'm going to ask you to start us off. And then I'm going to ask Brother Tony if you would pray secondly. And having our son in town, what a blessing that is for he's here. Flew all the way from New York to be with us today. And so, Kyle, if you would wrap up the prayer this morning, okay? Brother Hansberry, if you would, please. Amen. Well, thank you, gentlemen. One last thing, and then we're going to be dismissed. We're signing the 3 young ladies are going to sign the charter here in a bit. And those who have seen in the hallway of the educational building the church family tree, if you're a member of our church and your handprint is not on that tree, Miss Stacy, maybe you could help me think about this. Kyle and I tried yesterday. When did we first do this? Do you remember what the occasion was that you, Miss Lindsay, and I think maybe Miss Tiffany built that tree? And see, we cannot remember what it was for and how many years ago it was. But if your handprint is not on that tree and you're a member of Gospel Light Baptist Church, during the lunch hour, we've got the paint. It's washable paint. It's going to come right off. We're going to ask that you would put your handprint on that tree. Please don't put it over someone else's, but add to it. And we want to do that. Just kind of make the year 15 a little bit more special. Have your handprints there, and then the 3 young ladies signing the charter, all right? Well, thank you for being here for the Sunday School Hour. What a great turnout. And to our missionaries, thank you so much for all that you do, the ministries that you have, that we can just have a small part of it. Thank you so much. Y'all are an encouragement to us. Well, we are dismissed at this time, and we're going to start right back up at 11 o'clock. Okay? Thank you. If you need the prayer card,